Okay, we have our piece out of the tumbler now, and we've got it all burnished up, and it's clean, it's dry. We want to make sure there's no water anywhere in here because that's going to dilute your patina a little bit. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take this. Now I keep mine sitting in a jar for some reason if it does decide to leak, but we're going to be using, or I'm going to be using Black Max. I always say silver black, but it's Black Max. Now this is hydrochloric acid, and it has a list of hazards on the side. It does show that it's a corrosive. You notice I do have latex gloves. I recommend wearing latex gloves, wear an apron, and make sure you have safety glasses when you're using this. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to apply this with a brush. And now I still use tweezers whenever I'm handling this because I don't want to risk. I take a little bit of extra care, and I lay this on a piece of plastic. And I've got right here, I've got some baking soda and water. I take a couple tablespoons of baking soda. Now this is some strong stuff, and you'll see here in a minute what I'm talking about. Okay, to do this, it's easy enough just put it on with a brush. Now I'm going to put a little bit on the back. That way it's going to highlight my stamps there whenever I get finished. You see how fast this blackens where it goes on there. Now I'm going to apply this, and I just use this brush so I won't have a lot of extra cleanup where I'm not going to use it, but I'll just apply this around my trim. And you can see this isn't like liver or sulfur where it just takes a while. This gets really black, and it gets really black in a hurry. So make sure you cover it good, make sure you've got a good coat on there. And I'm just going to go around this edge and coat it the whole way around. I'm going to make sure I have it on the tip of my bezel here too. I want to make sure I get it there, but you see I'm putting it on with the brush, so I'm not getting a lot on the back anywhere that I don't want it. So I'm not going to have that extra time for cleaning it up, but I do want to make sure I get it in there. You don't want to see silver coming back out where you don't want it. Now I'm probably going to polish the tip of this edge anyway, and of course I'm going to polish the top of the beads and such as that. Whatever you're looking for in your design, that's what you would need to polish. That's, like I say, that's design. I just want to show how this works, and like I say, it doesn't take much, and it is some strong stuff. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up here too on my bell, because I want my bell, my little detail on my bell to stand out. So I'm just going to go on the front of it. Now if you get it somewhere that you don't want it, remember you're going to have to polish that off. So you want to try to best you can control where you're putting it on, so it saves you time as far as in your final step. Now, so I'm sure that I get this top, I'm going to do right inside on the top too. It doesn't make a difference now, unless you've got a clear stone or something. You might want to not get any on the back, because you're going to have to polish it all off. But as far as right now, I don't. Now you need to use this in a well ventilated area, because the fumes are strong with this stuff. Now what I'm going to show you is, and you can watch when I stick this brush in here, maybe you can see it, but you see that bubbling up in that water? It doesn't last long. Now you can see on my tray here I've got some that's dripped off, and that's just as strong as it is in this bottle. So you want to make sure that you put baking soda on it so you can see it bubbling up. And I'm going to stick this piece down in here, and it's going to, what it's doing is it's neutralizing that acid, because this is a strong acid. Need some more there, but make sure you know that, and even on your gloves, because if you get some on your gloves, you need to be careful when you take them off that you don't take and get it on your hands, because this hydrochloric acid is strong, and it will burn you, and it doesn't take just a second. Like I say, this isn't like liver or sulfur. I'm going to leave that in there just a little bit. Okay, I've got the piece all neutralized and everything. I polished it off here right on the back. Now I'm going to polish some more, but what I'm going to do is, being I have a stone that won't be affected by polishing, I'm going to go ahead and set the stone first, and then I'm going to polish it. Okay, I have my stone set in here. Now what I'm going to polish with is common for silver, is Zam. It works good for a lot of softer stones, and it works good for here, and it doesn't take much on there. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to polish this until I get the effect that I want, and I want to have a few dark highlights in the cracks and stuff. So all you would do is you'd take, now this is just a muslin buff, and you would just polish it until you get the effect you want. Now I'm going to polish off the top of this bell, because I want to try to leave some in the grooves where I stamped it, but I want to polish off the top. Just kind of give it that a little antique look to where it's polished on top, but like I say, it's got the darker areas inside. And so I'll shine it up everywhere else. And like I say, it's easy enough to get this off, but just go around it until you get the effect. Now if you got a little bit over the edge, don't worry, because you want to polish this whole piece anyway, and you can polish off that extra that's there. And if you see your piece turning black, now that's just this Zam getting on there. It'll take and it'll rub right off. But I'll just polish this whole back. And of course my hands will be black. You might want to put on some latex gloves while you're polishing, so that you don't end up with black fingers, which any of you that's done that much know that's commonly what's going to occur. But anyway, I'll polish the rest of this. Okay, I've got it all polished and I've rubbed off the excess and I've left the highlights just the way I want it. And that's what you're going to need to do is you're going to have to decide what you're looking for in your piece. That hopefully that gives you an idea of using one of these, using hydrochloric acid or black max or silver black, or one of those to add patina to your piece. I hope this video was helpful for you, and I plan to make more on simple processes that might need clarified a little bit more. You might subscribe, that way you'll be notified as soon as they come out. Also on Sunday afternoons, 3 o'clock Central Time, on the Facebook group Jewelry Design and Technique. I do a live feed and try to cover different processes with silver, and you can interact, so it could be helpful. And you could also comment on one of them as far as if there's something that you'd like to see in the video. Thank you and have fun.